As a fan of college football, NIL deals are wearing me the fuck out. Let's get into it, fans. Okay, so today I want to talk about NIL deals. I've been wanting to talk about this forever, but I'm going to go ahead and just get it off my chest. And this is me in a little series that I decided to put together, speaking to you guys as a fan. It could be a fan of college football, it could be a fan of whatever, but specifically, it's going to be of college football, and even more specifically, of the 2024 national champions, Ohio State Buckeyes. Y'all already know what it is. Anywho, before we get into that, do me a favor, do me a big favor, because I'm trying to take this shit seriously, y'all. Just do me a big favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I promise it'll be a good time here. Share the video, tell your friends. All right, let's get into it. So, what do we know about NIL deals? Name, image, likeness. What we know is back in 2021, the NCAA, the NCAA decided to put some rules in place for players to get paid for their name, image, and likeness. Now, comes a little late, maybe about 20 years late or so, because, for those of us who are Ohio State fans, we all remember Tattoo Gate. We all remember this. We all remember the downfall of the players that were involved, of Coach Tressel. It was a stressful time for us. However, we made it through, and now we are here. It's a good idea to talk about this now because of what's going on with Nico. I'm not going to butcher his last name. I tried to say it a few times before here. I'm just going to call him Nico. Y'all know who the hell I'm talking about. Who was the star quarterback at Tennessee, right? We know that right now he has, over the past, I don't know, what has it been, about a week, maybe about 5 days, that he's been completely going through it with the deals that he was trying to make. Now, from what I understand, and this is just from what I've been reading, what I've been gathering, I'm just a fan, and I'm just here to talk about the shit. So if I get something wrong, it's fine. I'm just a fan. I have been reading about this, and I'm just like, Tennessee fans must be losing their shit. Like, and they are. A few of them are. Some of them are like good riddance, whatever, what have you. But me, if it were me sitting in their shoes, I would just be going insane right now, because you have this star quarterback that they pay $8 million. Yeah, he had an $8 million name, image, and likeness deal. What we know is before the playoffs, he was like making moves, trying to, do whatever he was trying to do to negotiate this contract. What has also come out is he had been like tampering in reverse, I guess you could say. Like, he was reaching out to other schools, and Dan Lanning of Oregon spilled all the beans, told it all, y'all. He just went out there and snitched about it. But apparently he had gone to a couple of other schools. Like, there's a lot of people that are saying that he's not driving this, that his management team are driving this. And, I guess it really doesn't matter. Like, he's hopped around. Nobody wanted him until just yesterday, I think it was. He initiated a deal with UCLA. I'm not the last thing that I read was he's going to be getting less than what he was getting at Tennessee at UCLA. I looked at some stats for UCLA to see how they did. I think they were like 5-7 last year. I guess they're trying to rebuild. We do know, we don't know, but it would seem that he would come in as a starter, although they have two quarterbacks that are already competing for the number one spot who have pretty much the same type of stats that he does. So I don't know. I haven't watched any film. Again, I'm just a fan that like college football, and that's just all I'm here to talk about. Hell, I ain't about to be going into all that. Anywho, all of this brings up the fact that I'm stressed out about this stuff. And the main reason why I'm stressed out about it is, first and foremost, I believe that these players, and when I say players, I'm talking about anybody under the NCAA bracket, I believe that they all deserve to be paid. I'm talking from football to cheerleading to gymnastics to rugby to whatever it is that they play, volleyball, wherever it is that they're making money, golf, whatever the programs are. I believe that these young adults should be getting paid for what they do. I believe that over the years, they've been exploited. These schools have made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's just not fair. It's just not fair. Let me back up a little bit and tell you the reason why I'm so frazzled about this. I am so afraid that players are going to chase the money, like they're going to move with the money all the time. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing, because people know their worth and they know what they deserve. I'm all about making sure that you're getting what you feel like you are worth. Like, I'm not like really faulting these players for anything. They're trying to get to this money, and they should, and they deserve it. My concern is putting the money over development, over wanting to be a part of something great, or wanting to be a part of something greater than them. And again, I'm not saying that they should be lowballed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that they should just, oh, here's your $1 million. You could need to shut the fuck up and play ball. I'm not saying any of that. I want to be very, very clear, because again, as I said at the beginning of this video, I believe that they deserve to be paid. The issue is the NCAA truly needs to look at how these things work. So, for those of you that don't know, the schools do not directly pay these players. And it's kind of funny always when I hear other fans and stuff say, oh, Ohio State had a such and such $1 million roster. They had this, they had da-da-da-da-da. When in all actuality, like, Ohio State is not who's actually playing these players. Does them going to Ohio State and shining at Ohio State have something to do with the amount of money that they're getting paid? Absolutely. That's just like anybody going anywhere to a great program who is always being looked at, who are the current national college football champions. They're going to be looked at, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more than anybody else would, because they're already a part of a winning team. So of course the name, of course the brand of Ohio State, or any of these big schools, any of these, any of the schools that may have been in the playoffs, even schools like, Colorado at this point, the school that Michael Vick is at this point, like even Bowling Green State University, I believe they're going to have more of a light on them because Eddie George is there now as their head coach. I know that going to a specific school has something to do with it, but the schools are not paying them directly. They get money from like promotions or like sponsorship deals, or signing autographs. Again, we had Tattoo Gate, because I think during Tattoo Gate they were getting free tattoos for signing certain memorabilia and all types of shit like that, and got suspended for like 5 games and all this bullshit, and everybody just was trash after that, whoever was a part of it, because poor Terrell Pryor, he just went completely downhill after all of that stuff happened. So that's how they get their money. Like, that's how they get it. It doesn't have anything with the school paying them directly. So I want people to like, oh, they have a such and such $1 million roster. Okay, and you say that to say what? That really doesn't have anything to do with anything. But the schools are the ones that saying, hey, we can put you in a room with X, Y, and Z. They're looking to offer you this to play for, this to play for our school. And that's kind of murky water, right? That's still kind of murky water, because even though the school is not paying them directly, the school does kind of have some control over what they get, which is why all of these people, such as Nico, have entered the transfer portal. So anywho, they're going to have to revise some things. Some things are going to, they're really going to have to take a look at this, and they're going to have to take a look at it quickly. Before we had, I know that Nico is like prime example of what could happen. But prior to him, we saw people hitting the transfer portal in the last couple of years like none other, right? There was a time that transfer portal wasn't even mentioned. Like, I'm like, damn, is it a new thing? Like, I know that people transfer from school to school to school to get better playtime, to get better development, to get this, that, and the third. Like, but it was not a huge thing. It wasn't like a huge discussion, right? We knew it was something that happened, and that was that on that. But now that money is involved, it's a big deal, right? And I'm just so afraid that these players that have such potential, or these great players that can be a part of a great football program, are going to miss out and kind of miss their chance because they're chasing the dollar. I'm going to end this video here, but I do want you guys to be sure to comment. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I want people to understand that when you do things that you're passionate about, the money will come. The money will come. Do you have to make certain efforts? Do you have to put your foot down in certain places? Do you have to make certain demands? Absolutely. You also have to be in the right rooms. You have to be with the right people, and you have to make sure that money is not going to get in the way or be the sole motivation, because it definitely should be some motivation, because what are we doing here? Yeah, we love playing football, or we love playing this sport, but we ultimately want to be in the pros, right? So, which is about money again. It's doing something you love, but you're getting paid these millions of dollars for it. So all I'm saying is the money will come. I feel like Nico had one of the better deals. And I feel like he probably would have done a lot better just staying at Tennessee. Now, did I pay much attention to him before they slid into the playoffs and we sent their ass back to Tennessee? No, I didn't. But he seems like a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He seems cool. Again, I didn't pay too much attention to him. He wasn't anybody whose name I felt like was thrown in our face or shoved down our throat like a Cam Ward or Shador, or you know what I'm saying, Travis Hunter. He wasn't none of that, but clearly he was a great quarterback. He helped them get to the playoffs. You know, he had really good stats on the year. He was getting paid a pretty good deal, and for whatever reason, he decided he deserved more. Had they actually won all the way out, that's another thing. It's like the timing on this. Because again, they said that he was trying to negotiate before the playoffs, was even considering, and again, this is hearsay. I think this is hearsay. I'm not sure if this was actually confirmed, but from what I was reading, he had been trying to negotiate his deals before they even went into the playoffs, and was kind of like threatening to sit out the playoffs if he didn't get. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, nigga, who are you, Tom Brady? And I'm thinking, then I had to stop myself and say, okay, you know what? Maybe you feel like you are as good as Tom Brady. Like, I get that. At some point, you have to sit down and do what makes sense. Win the national championship. Go in there, play your ass off, help your team and help your team to advance as far along as you can, and then sit back and say, you know what? I feel like I did this for this team. I feel like I'm worth more. I don't know. I mean, and I don't want to say it like that, like I'm downplaying him, because I'm not. I'm stepping on him or nothing like that. Clearly, he's a great quarterback to even be considered being paid an $8 million contract over the course of 4 years or however long it was. This makes me feel a way. Like, I don't want the money to get in the way of the team. I don't want people, because it's already a thing, right? Look at somebody like Cam Ward. Like, he's a dog. He went to Miami and did what he had to do in Miami. Probably going to be first round. Probably going to be the first draft pick. Like, he's just an amazing young man. So they already put him kind of above the program. And a lot of the guys that we see on Ohio State's team, and that's not to say that other people are not doing it, but just these are the people that I always see in my timeline because I'm an Ohio State fan. But we see them kind of bringing themselves down a notch. Like, okay, yeah, we did this. You know, the brotherhood is still intact. But we have another season to focus on. Let's go out here and get it done. Nobody is above the team. So I'm gonna get out of here. Correct me if I'm wrong with whatever I said. Put your comments down here. Say whatever it is you gotta say. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm Autumn the Aries, coming to you as a fan of college football. Let me know what you think. Peace.